As an all-girls team, we strive to include more girls in STEM by introducing girls to the field, some of whom might not have been interested otherwise.
Just having it be all girls was extra supportive, and we were all more willing to listen to each other than in some experiences that I've had in like school and other extracurricular activities where it's a little less supportive, if that makes sense. So if I had been a part of a co-ed team, I think my experience definitely would have been a lot different, and I wouldn't have necessarily been able to get as much out of it as I did.
Because of the COVID-19 pandemic, communication and collaboration within our team is much more difficult.
As you can see, even though we aren't allowed to gather in person for our meetings, we continue to collaborate virtually.
To build our robot, we assigned everyone different robot components to build and plan to assemble it once everyone is done with their portions.
This is the chassis I built for this year's robot.
And I worked on building the intakes for our robot. As you can see, even though we aren't allowed to gather in person for our meetings, we continue to collaborate virtually.
19 made it so that we really couldn't even finish the season, the previous season, and so it's a little bit disappointing, but at the same time, everyone has to stay safe, and we've had to come into this year with almost a totally different mindset than what we usually would. But like I said, the girls are still very productive and almost as creative as they would be able to be if they were, meeting in person.
As a team with 7th to 9th graders from multiple different schools, we are sharing our passion in STEM with fellow girls all across the Bay Area.
Although we try to be as inclusive as possible, some teammates might feel like they aren't able to try a new skill or position because they don't want to change their interest after they've already picked a skill or position to work on.
However, we can overcome these issues by opening up opportunities to try out different skills, by spending more time hosting workshops and teaching fellow teammates, as well as keeping team positions flexible as to not limit anyone in the fields they can try out.
Though COVID-19 has physically separated us, we push to allow everyone equal participation on our team.